let me ask you this. Even with all the radical self-love that you have been doing, hopefully, does your body know that you love it and appreciate it? Does it? Or does it hurt and you are like, "Oh, my back, or my ooh." And so there's not, instead of touching it with love, you're touching it out of pain, or which I'm not, judging you for. That's not the purpose of this. The purpose of this is to give you more tools to make your life better. And so this one is, I think, really important. So I don't know about you, but I was not raised getting a lot of affection. In fact, I my first real serious boyfriend in high school. Oh well, I mean, maybe my second. It's real serious, but I was a little older for this one, so it feels a little more serious. At one point, he had to tell me, "Hey, Lana, like you're supposed to hold my hand. Like that's a thing that you're supposed to do. Like I'm your boyfriend, and you need to give me affection." And it was kind of an awakening for me because I didn't realize that I wasn't an affectionate person. I didn't really think about it. It wasn't something I thought about. So, um, and then after that, I was living in New York, and everyone kissed on the cheeks and they hugged, and I was always like, "Ew." I don't want that. Don't do that to me. And it got forced on me so much that I eventually learned to like it. And now I am one of the most affectionate people you'll meet because I realized how necessary it is. It's so necessary. We really, humans need touch so much. I think that's one of the big lessons we learned with COVID was that we need community and we need touch. And so this exercise is something I recommend. It's another thing I think you should put in your phone, an alarm that is like, okay, it is time. And this is the like, hugging yourself exercise. Really hugging yourself and being like, I love you. Give yourself a kiss. I love you so much. Thank you so much. And the reason why, we say thank you instead of like thank me is because we're we're like one part of ourself talking to another part of ourself. We're not like I love me so much doesn't quite have the same it doesn't resonate the same way into the body. And also our body is made up of all kinds of different beings. Like there's not just the person that we think of as us inside our body. There's like all these other things. There's so many things. We've got a universe inside our bodies. And so it's not just the us that's our consciousness that we're talking to. We're talking to the whole thing. We're talking to the whole thing. Also, our body is not the same as our consciousness. It's just not. I mean, most of us will agree that we believe that our consciousness is part of our soul, and our soul is borrowing this body. It's a borrowed body. So saying I love you is just more fitting. And so hug that body, use your consciousness, right? So if you think about it this way, your consciousness is holding the physical body and loving it. Like rub the skin, rub the skin. Tell I love you so much. I love you so much. I love you so much. Hug the body, hold the body, you know, really, really hug it, really get into it, feel the love, feel it, like you would for another person. Think about like a child that you've loved and think about how precious that child is to you. You're like, oh, you're so beautiful and precious, right? And you hug that child, you're like, I love you. You know, do that to yourself. Hold yourself like you're that precious child and love you so much. Okay. Radical self love part 2.